Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share my brand new jelly roll pattern, Season's Greetings. And I've made this quilt with our brand new, also fabric collection, Favorite Things, which will be arriving in stores in June of 2023. But this is a great pattern for any fabric collection. I'm going to just kind of walk you through a few things and give you all the details about this fun new jelly roll quilt. Let's get started. Okay, so this is a close-up of the Season's Greetings Jelly Roll quilt, and this quilt finishes at 70 inches by approximately 84 inches. It is set on point, and so that's why I said approximately. It just kind of depends on your exact seam allowance. But the blocks are really fast and fun to make, and you could actually, if you wanted to, also just set this quilt in a regular setting, just a more straight set. But I really like it on the diagonal, and the reason is because of these little cornerstones that I did. For quite a little while I've been wanting to do a little 4-patch cornerstone and have them set so that they would all go in the same direction, the dark prints, and just kind of make a little chain going down the quilt. And so I sort of tried that out with this pattern, and something else I did to kind of add to that was that for the corner square in each of my blocks, I used a red square in the same position so that it kind of accents the cornerstone block. So I just have these little kind of almost look like beads when you look at the pattern of the cornerstone squares and the red squares. But back to the pattern, it is easiest to make this quilt with a jelly roll, and in the pattern I have the cutting directions so that you can cut out all of the light colored pieces at once and all of the dark colored, and then later in the pattern it tells you, what you need exactly for one block. But I love doing the cutting directions that way so that you can just have everything cut out. Now I want to let you know that you can also use a layer cake for this quilt. It's just that it's going to go a little bit faster if you have a jelly roll, but this is also a layer cake friendly quilt. So I just wanted to point that out. Just a little bit more cutting when you use the layer cake than if you use the jelly roll. And you will need additional fabric that is not in the jelly roll for these cornerstone posts that go throughout the quilt, and also for this sashing. And a lot of times in my quilts I use a lighter or low volume sashing, but this time I went with the green. I really just wanted to accent that with this quilt, and I was really happy with how it turned out. Just to point out a couple things also, Val, who did my quilting, did some really fun things with this. So she did just a simple crosshatch in these sashing pieces. In the little cornerstone block, she just kind of did a little curved outline in the white squares and in the green squares. So just kind of accented those. And then I love that she did two different things in each block. She did swirls in all of the dark pieces of the block, but then on the other side she did these little loops along with straight lines in those pieces. So it really just kind of set this side of the block off from this side because of the way she did the quilting. Okay, I also just wanted to point out what I used for the setting triangles. It's actually the same print in the outer border, just with a white background, and I just also felt like that added a lot of interest to this quilt as well. And so loved how it added the interest but didn't seem to overwhelm the quilt. And I love using something, I don't know, with a little print in it for the setting triangles. It just seems to make it kind of shine just a little bit more. I'm just gonna flip this up and show you that I did use the larger green floral in this collection for the outer border and the leaves on red for the inner border and the binding. I think with the quilts that I made with this collection, I ended up using almost a different border, inner border, and binding on every single quilt. And then the backing is just this really fun green with the white little half flowers. And it's actually the same print that's right here. This one right here was, Chelsea and I both agree that this was our favorite print from the collection, but it's really fun in the 2-color versions that we have it in as well. And this green was just really, really a nice choice for the backing. So that's it for the Season's Greetings Jelly Roll quilt. Like I said earlier, this really has been kind of in my plans to make for quite a while, and really, really excited that I have this version done, and I know I'll be making another version in one of our more everyday fabric collections, just because it's such a nice size quilt that you make with just one jelly roll or one layer cake and some additional fabric. Okay, so that's it for the Season's Greetings Jelly Roll quilt. It was the first quilt I actually made with this collection. I had a ton of fun working on this and kind of had in my mind what to do, as I mentioned earlier, with those the 4-patch cornerstones. I'd been wanting to try that out for a while, and really happy with how this turned out. I hope that you might enjoy making it in your favorite fabric collection. And if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.